young and naive, a heart in your hands, willing to give more than you can. So you meet a boy who tears you apart. Now you can't tell what's love or war. The music stops, so did the dance. Now there's no one to tell, so you leave by yourself. But it hurts so much you wouldn't know. 'Cause how does a girl hold the weight of the world without losing herself on the road? Where do you go when nowhere feels quite like home? When every goddamn room feels so alone. But it's a long way down, long way out. Tell me, how do I begin? Sorry, I wanted to stop because I have a sniffle. When nowhere feels quite like home. Where do you go? Born up under the pavement, I stayed active in places, but I wonder what it would be like. I seem to be doing it right. 'Cause half the time I didn't know it. These are the moments I cherish for the rest of my life. Before I got quiet and heavy, I'm up in this bed and I'm dodging the memories. I cut out the bullet, the one that you sent me. You said I was looking, thought I was ready, but how in the fuck could I ever be ready? My arms getting tired, this bag is just heavy. There's no one to help me back to break the levee. I'm not the same girl that you had in your Chevy. Don't think I'll ever be, 'cause how does a girl hold the weight of the world without losing herself on the road? Where do you go when nowhere feels quite like home? When every goddamn room feels so alone. It's a long way down, long way out. Tell me, how do I begin? When nowhere feels quite like home. Where do you go? Yeah, I don't actually have a time, age of death. No. They said like, oh, probably like 130, 20, around there. Like honestly, because you would still have that fire and drive, but it's a lonely fucking life. I was like, yeah, it's already lonely. He's just the prime minister. They're like, well, about your back falling, like, and feeling that your ribs are crunching. Try relaxing more. Like, lay down, lounge. I was like, okay, I was just told to come to rehab because they were worried that I lost a bone. Like, no, you just saved John McIntyre's life. I was like, I really did. He turned around, the wind turned him around, he got stuck in the wind, and I just kicked him at the knee and put my feet right there so he didn't break his ass, because you'll break your ass like 10 times over falling when you're in a wind gust and the ship is going as fast as it is down the tidal. Yeah. And then I pulled him closer and laid him down with me, and then just poked at his chest. Wait, next, keep breathing, keep breathing. Yeah, I saved his fucking life. I wasn't even gonna make $7 million, so I knew it was a complete fucking accident. I was gonna make 6, and he's like, "Oh, you didn't make the last million." I was already sitting down on the deck and laying down where it's safe and you won't get blown off the ship. And he's like, "You actually did." And then he went to go mark it. Woof! I pulled him around. Complete fucking accident. So. Dr. Gita was literally my best friend. But when he was younger, he was like asthmatic and all this shit. Then he got polio. So that shortened his life like major. So I said, "No, you really are my best friend. Because he'd come out of the car and he's like, "Oh, my best friend." And then he would go over to my dad's and talk with my mom and dad. And then he'd come over and do the project that me and my grandpa were busy getting ready for NASA, the CIA, FBI. And I was like, no, you really are my best friend. He's like, well, I'd love to see you when you're a kid. And I was like, I promise you that. Because you don't really go through kid counseling unless you're trying to maintain a large scale amount of properties and companies and businesses and enterprises and corporations and Lucas structures and all that kind of shit. Banks, streets, like Wall Street. So I don't live at home. I'm trying to do this fucking program where now I stay home with a roommate just to nurture that kid that's in there, which is hard to believe, honestly. On a good day, I've had a lot of bad moments trying to be funny. I don't know about humor, but I can be really funny. It's a tough time, right? Everyone's sick. It's not me making up shit about people. No, it's them making up shit about themselves. Honestly, that gets me to say that kind of nasty shit to people about themselves. Yeah. Well, I like to stay in the liquor store, so I'm lucrative right now. Liquor store all died. My team, yeah, we're called the liquor store. Well, good day, good day. Um, guess that wasn't funny after all. Yeah, I can't really tell you what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. Doctor said I was in sick again. Says I'm in sick for my last fucking time. They're gonna give me a time of death. Time of death. Tea time of death. I was like, okay, that's not good. That's sad. He's like, yeah, I can't work anything anymore. I was like, yeah, you're pretty thin. Your hips look small. They were worn out. He's like, yeah, they were. I was like, He's the one who fucking went missing for a year and 5 months in the Middle East. Yeah. He was dreamy. He would always rap to me, and he's an old guy, eh? Oh, yes, I think that's Justin Trudeau's cousin or uncle. Yeah, he was dreamy. That's where I get it from, Justin.